This is a cube. A cube is a three-dimensional geometric shape that is characterized by its equal length sides in uniform structure. Here are some properties of this. The faces, or the 6 faces of a cube, are all squares. Hence, we have the same measurement for each of the edges here, which amounts to 12 edges. It also has 8 vertices, and this is considered as one of the special forms of rectangular prism, since a square is also a rectangle. Now, we are going to look into the derivation for the formula of the volume of a cube and the secret in that said formula. As mentioned in the previous 2 videos, the general formula for the volume of any solids is just the product of whatever would be the base and the height. That is why we look into the difference in the formula for the cylinder and the rectangular prism in the previous videos, but they just originated from the same idea, the product of base and height. Similar to this, we simply look into the bases of our cube, and no matter which base you are going to look at, since they are all squares, we'll have the same. Now, considering this as our height, h, our base is, as mentioned, square. What is the formula for the area of a square? It's actually s squared. So, looking into the general form of the formula for the volume of geometric solids, which is just a product of base times height, or base and height, the volume for the formula for the volume of our cube is just s squared, our area of our base, s squared, that's square, s squared times height. So it's just s squared h. But what happened to the formula that we are presented, being the formula for the volume of the cube, which is E cubed? Here is the additional explanation. Since our height is also a side of a square, and considering that our base is also a square with s side, that's why the formula here is s squared and then times height, we can substitute one singular notation for our height and our sides here. Let our h be E as an edge, because these are all edges of our cube. So that would mean our base of s squared will also be E times E, which is E squared. Hence, the original formula of base times height for any geometric solids, which became s squared h for cube, and since we used E as edge to represent height, which is also true for our sides, the formula for the volume of the cube and the secret in that formula is that the volume is just the cube of our edge, or E cube.